haven't heard the button. I haven't heard the bling.
I heard it.
You're on. It's
okay,
going.
it's on. It's going.
I
We're
don't
going.
lie.
Great. I didn't hear the bling.
Scotch, Scotch, Scotch. Down into my bed.
Another edition of Two Aves Reviews. They Ave and Ave. Two Aves.
J.
Yeah,
Wow.
Two Dudes Reviews. My buddy Dave here, and this is a Glenfiddich 14-year aged Scotch aged in bourbon barrels.
Bourbon barrels.
Which is interesting to me. Scotch is Scotch because of the peat moss and the way that it's aged, and bourbon is bourbon because of the way that it's aged.
Correct. And the water.
Obviously, it's all whiskeys, and yes, the water has a lot to do with it. So
Sugar.
let's do, and with
Molasses.
scotches, as you add water to the scotch, it'll open up and really change the characteristics. So we've got our little thimble of water, and we have the scotch. So why don't we taste this just raw, without any water in it,
I'm game.
and see how this particular Glenfiddich scotch will develop over time. Any idea on what you paid for this?
If memory serves me right, it was about $35 to $40
Okay.
for that bottle.
That is a very,
Yeah.
very affordable
Yeah.
bottle of scotch, especially something that's been aged for 14 years. So, cheers to you.
Cheers.
Drinking in a traditional rocks glass, scotch glass.
Rockstar.
Scotch. There it goes, down into my belly.
Bada bing, bada boom. There it is.
Wow.
Very stout.
It's stout, but it doesn't have a harsh burn. A lot of times a scotch will just overwhelm the palate right away.
Yeah,
with a lot of fire.
you can taste the oak barrel to it.
Definitely more oaky than I'm
Yes.
used to scotches having, probably in part because of the bourbon barrel.
Right. Yes.
And relatively smooth. I'm not, there's certainly some tannins in there, but not getting an off-putting burn in the back of the throat here.
There is
I
a little
love
bit of a
all the
vanilla.
mossiness
There's a little bit of vanilla flavor.
and some vanilla. So we're just gonna put a teeny tiny bit of water. Now, if you go to a high-end restaurant or go to a place that really has some outstanding scotches, they will give you a scotch with a water next to it and a dropper, so you can go drop by drop and open it up to your liking to where it's just tasting perfect.
I didn't know that.
And I've had some scotches that will start really peaty like this and develop after 2 or 3 drops of water. It's almost like you're eating French toast in the morning. All of the spiciness and the nuttiness and the sweetness and the vanilla that comes out. You mentioned vanilla, maybe some almond that will come out of that. See if that has changed at all with just a little tiny bit of water in there. Maybe we should call this Two Drunk Dudes Reviews. You shut up.
Bingo.
So what do you think? Has that changed the profile at all to you?
Not to me.
Okay.
It's still got a distinct flavor. I mean, it's not very. It's not as. To me, it's a little harsh.
Okay. So get that
But
burn in
I'm
the back
a
of your
bourbon
throat.
guy.
Yeah.
So to me, bourbon.
And you like that
And
Canadian blended
Canadian-
bourbon.
Exactly, I love it.
Pendleton's,
Yes.
TX. Crown Royal is a league all of its own. It's almost like Jack Daniels. You got bourbons and then you got Jack Daniels. It has that really particular flavor
yes,
to it.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm not a Crown person either. So I mean, it's kind of it's a different.
He likes the
beast on its own,
TX
so to
though.
speak.
He likes the
TX.
TX. TX is
is awesome.
outstanding.
Yes, and we'll do a review on that later.
Yeah. Oh man. Love the
Okay,
nose on
now
that.
I can smell a different smell.
For
yes.
me, I've got some again, nice peatiness on the nose. You've got a little more water. I think you got 2 pulls of water in there.
Okay, I'm digging that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It
digging it.
has mellowed out. Do you get more of the
Yeah.
sweetness from it now?
Very much so. Yeah. Yes.
Totally.
And
Total sweet.
To the smell, and by the way, this is filtered water. This isn't like your tap water, and like this is filtered water.
And for me, that really diminished the back burn. That back burn is there, it's present, but it almost, instead of an immediate back burn, it almost put it back by 15, 20 seconds, but the sweetness and the fullness of this Scotch right at the beginning really develops
and it
with a
doesn't,
little bit of the water here.
right, and it doesn't have that, you can actually get a taste of the flavor.
Now some people like these whiskey rocks that we have right
Yes,
here.
just
Looks
go
like
there.
this.
Yes.
These whiskey rocks, an excellent invention and great for bourbon or Scotch purists. It'll make it nice and cold for you, but won't change the character of what you're drinking at all.
Won't water it down a bit.
Yeah, won't water it down. And again, it's to each person's personal preference. Sometimes you want it to be watered down a little bit to really open it up.
Especially when it comes to a Scotch.
I would say for $50 or less, this is one hell of a find. The Glenfiddich 14-year single malt. Single malt is very important. You do not want a blended Scotch. Blended Scotches are rat piss. You want to stay with a single malt.
Oh, my word.
This is a 14-year aged, and it's delicious for $50, man. Unbelievable. Cheers to you.
Good find.
It's
Cheers.
two Abe's reviews.